Hello students, welcome. And this is about equation of a line. As we know, y equals to mx plus c is the equation with slope m rise over run, and you know the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. There's a y-intercept 0 and c, okay, because x value, the line crosses at y-axis at c. So if you know this, then we know the equation y equals to mx plus c. You need to substitute the values of gradient and y-intercept. For example, if m equals to 2, okay, then y and y-intercept is, let's say, 5. The equation of a line should be very simple. Just substitute the values m and c, okay, mx plus c. So m is 2, y-intercept is 5, okay. So y equals to 2x plus 5 is the equation of a line, and it's very simple to operate. So you remember this formula, y equals to mx plus c, okay. But we have another lines. For example, you can see the graph, the 0, 5 is the y-intercept and rise over run is 2 over 1. Therefore the equation is y 2x plus 5. Now what we are looking for, if we don't have a slope and y-intercept, instead we have 2 points which are on the line. So slope and y-intercept are missing. We have 2 points on the line. You can see there's a green line and a yellow line. We have 2 points A and B. So we will use these 2 points to figure out the equation of a line. So I have mentioned there are 2 steps which are very important. So the first step is to figure out the slope, and we know slope m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So after working out the slope, what we need to do, the second step is always look for the y-intercept, because the equation is y equals to mx plus c. M we already got it. Now we are looking for c. So work out c. That is your second step. And how to work out c? We need to use any point, either A or B, because that is lying on the line. So that will satisfy my equation. So we can use any one point, okay, A or B. It's your wish which one you would like to use. Mostly we can use A, but it's up to you. So let's take one example. So A equals to 3 and 2 and B equals to 5 and 3. So we are looking for a line which is passing through these 2 points. So of course we'll figure out the slope. M equals to 3 minus 2, like y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And it's very simple, so we got 1 over 2. Now m is 1 over 2, so we should look for y-intercept, which is c, okay. We will use point A or B, so you can, it's your wish which one you would like to use. So let's take one point out of A and B and use them as x and y. So let's use A. X is 3, y is 2. So substitute in the equation. 2 equals to m is 1 over 2 times 3 plus c. Make sure you simplify these fractions properly so that you don't get a negative or positive answer. So it's very simple. So 2 equals to 3 over 2 plus c. Therefore c should be 2 minus 3 over 2. You can do in fractions or decimals. It's your wish. So I got c equals to 0.5 or 1 over 2. Therefore, the equation is y equals to 1 over 2x, which is the slope, plus 1 over 2 again, because c is also 1 over 2. You can verify by plotting this line on graph or maybe on Desmos or any other software, okay. So that's important here. M and c is 1 over 2, m is 1 over 2. Remember, to figure out c we have to use x and y. the point which is given. And M, C, just substitute in the correct positions. Remember, 2 steps only: work out the slope and y-intercept using a point. Let's take another example. There is a line, okay, which is passing through 2 points A and B, where B is -3 and 2 and A is 2 and 5. So simple steps. Number 1, figure out the slope. Slope equals to 5 minus 2 divided by 2 minus of -3. Remember, if you have a negative sign, so change into positive because you have 2 negative signs. So we got 3/5. So slope is 3/5. Now what we are looking for? C. Okay. For equation we need y equals to mx plus c, and to figure out c, let's use a. Okay, so a is 2 and 5, x is 2 and y is 5. We'll put in the equation, substitute in the equation. Remember, 5 is y and 2 is x. Plug in y equals to mx plus c. So 5 equals to, m is already 3/5 times x. X is 2 plus c. So 5 equals to 6/5 plus c. So 5 minus 6/5 equals to c. Make sure you convert in proper fractions when you subtract these things. Okay, so I'm making 5 as 25/5. I want to keep the denominator same, or you can do in your own way. So 25 minus 6 is 19/5. So we got c and we have already m. Now the format is y equals to mx plus c. So let's use that format and substitute the values in correct positions with correct sign. Okay, y equals to 3/5x plus 19/5. I believe you understood. You pause the video and you can repeat these steps. Okay, now we can have some more similar problems where we can deal with parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So let's say we have a line, it's passing through 2 points, okay, and there is another line, line 2 for example. So if we are interested to find out equation of line 2, which is parallel to the yellow line which is passing through B -1 3 and A 3 and 4 for example, and one more extra information we have, like the line 1 and line 2. Line 2, we should have some information about line 2 as well, not only parallelism but something else. But right now we have a slope which is same for both lines. We have seen these things before. So slopes are same for parallel lines. So the extra information on L2 is a point C, which is it's passing through. C is not y-intercept. Okay, don't take me wrong. C is just a point on L2. Let's say it's 2, 3. So work out the equation of L2, which is parallel to L1 and passing through a point 2 and 3. So guys, slopes will be same. Doesn't matter you are looking for L1 or L2. So let's look for slope of L2. Rather, I should not write M2. So it's L2. So slope of L2 is slope of L1, and slope of L1 is simple because we have 2 points already. 4 minus 3 over 3 minus of -1. It would be positive in the denominator. So 1/4 is the slope. Slopes are same because they are parallel. Okay. Now the point is 2 and 3. This point is on L2. Therefore we are going to use as x and y for equation. So 3 equals to 1 over 4 times 2 plus c. If you simplify, you will definitely get your c. So let me simplify 3 minus 1 over 2, because 2 over 4 can be simplified as 1 over 2, and 3 minus 1 over 2 can be written as 6 over 2 minus 1 over 2, or directly you can write c equals to 5 over 2 or 2.5. So the equation will be y equals to 1 over 4x plus 5 over 2. Again, you can verify using Desmos or other software. So parallel, same slope, okay? L1, L2 parallel. Slopes are same. But instead of using A or B for C, we have to use point C, which is on line 2. That was something important here, okay? And just work out these constants properly, work out these fractions properly, and substitute the values. Now let's take another example. We have a line which is given passing through 2 points, but we have a second line which is perpendicular. This time let's take perpendicular, okay? So perpendicular lines, if you remember, we have seen the gradients or slopes of perpendicular lines. They have a relationship. We can say they are negative reciprocals, or their product of their slopes is always -1. So slope of m1 times slope of, I'm writing m1 here, but it should be L1 and L2. So it should be -1, the product. So let's say L1 is passing through 2 points, 5 and 7, and 1 and 2. And L2 is passing through a point, let's say 2 and let's say 3 or 4. Yeah, 2, 4. Okay, so we have enough information about the slope and points. So we have given 2 points on L1, which will help us to figure out the slope of L1, and with the connection between the perpendicular line slopes, we can look for the slope. So 1 point on L2 is given. So let's figure out the slope of L1. I'm very bad writing M1 again and again. So slope of L1 or slope of L2 will be -1 over slope of L1. So negative reciprocal. So negative reciprocal. So figure out slope of L1 first, which is 7 minus 2 divided by 5 minus 1. So it's 5 over 4. So slope of L2 should be -4 over 5. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you here. 5 over 4, it's -4 over 5. Negative and reciprocal. So the point was 2 and 4, okay, which we can use for x and y. So y equals to mx plus c. Substitute the values of m, x and y. So y was 4. 4 equals to -4 over 5 times 2, because 2 is x, plus c. Work out this fraction nicely. So -8 over 5. So if you move on that side, it will become positive. And if you simplify, it becomes 28 over 5. Okay. And then the equation of L2 is y equals to mx plus c, or rather you can say m2x plus c. So m2x is -4 over 5x plus 28 over 5. So guys, check these steps again. Make sure you apply the correct properties of slope. Parallel, same. Perpendicular, same. Thank you.